last couple of weeks because he went to Poland. But Dave has a map that he wants to put up about Poland, and Aaron doesn't know exactly where he was on that map.
I was near Katowice, but that's not on.
It's not on
like
the
an
map.
hour. It's like about an hour and a half away from Krakow. So
Okay.
you can see Krakow.
And what's that Auschwitz place? Did you get to go see that?
It's the Auschwitz. I'm sure most of you guys know World War II, when Hitler came and had a concentration camp to take captive the Jews, and Auschwitz was the main place where they killed all the Jews, and I had the opportunity to go see that, and that was really hard and powerful, just to see what kind of the worst of humanity.
So tell us who you went with and why you went. What was that trip about?
Well, I went with a group from Blackhawk Christian School, and I'm sure you know, lots of you know Steve Webster. He was our leader, and we were asked by Corbin Miller. Corbin Miller and his wife Tanya, they are ahead of a group called Fusion in Poland, and it's like a camp that they lead music. And so Corbin asked Mr. Webster to get a group of people to go and help out with the music camp, and I was one of the people who wanted to go, so I ended up going, and I taught drums there. It was awesome.
How old were the kids in the camp?
They were our age, so around the high schoolers. Their high school system was different, but they were, around 17 years old. So.
What do you see God doing in that work there with Corbin and his wife?
A lot of stuff. I wanted to share a quick story. There was how God used me. There's a boy named Shimon, and he became one of my best friends there at the camp. And before, when we first started, he was, he didn't know much about God, and he went to church, but he just didn't care. That's just kind of as far as he went. And it was really awesome to see the progression as the week went on. Just the Holy Spirit was really kind of hitting him hard, and he was starting to understand. And at the beginning of the camp, we would have, every day we'd have discussion groups, and he just didn't really want to be a part of it, and just didn't really care. And all his answers for the questions were just kind of jokes. And then just as the week went on, he started becoming more serious, and it was really, really great to see. And so one day I was talking to him, and just kind of talking about his family and just his life, and eventually we got to the faith conversation, and I was asking where he was with it, and he was just like, he wanted to know more. So I was just kind of talking to him about how important it was just to have a personal relationship with Jesus. And so he seemed pretty interested, and then I was just kind of telling him that different ways to help with personal relationship, and one of the ways is scripture reading. And so I shared with him my favorite Bible verse, which is Psalm 127, which is, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build labor in vain. So I was just kind of telling him that that means we need to trust in God, and because we can't do it on our own. And that was really important. And from then we had to go do something. So we kind of went separate ways that day. I didn't really see him a whole lot after that. And the next morning, every morning, the leaders of the camp would get together, and we'd just kind of share stories and cool things that happened. And I was getting a little discouraged because a lot of people, were telling these awesome stories, and people were converting, and it was great. And I was just kind of like, I hadn't really seen God use me yet, and I was getting a little discouraged. And then Corbin Miller, he shared a story that morning that said he was saying that there was a person that came up to him that was just really excited about learning about Jesus and really wanted to be involved. He signed up for a youth group. a Bible app on his phone so he could read his Bible every day. And he was really excited, and he was going around sharing everyone his favorite Bible verse, which was also Aaron's favorite Bible verse, Psalm 127. And Corbin was telling me this, and we're just telling this in front of everyone, and I was just overwhelmed. And it was just so cool to see that God was using me. And I learned that I think we all, or a lot of us, want to be the one that when we're sharing the gospel, we want to be on stage, you know, telling our testimony, and you know, we're telling it to 100 people and 98 people convert on the spot. Be that person, but we learned that, you know, that's not God's plan for everyone. It's a big deal if it's great if we do get someone to accept Christ, but it's a huge deal if we get them to if they don't understand who God is, just to get them to understand who God is, and just to get them to know that God loves them.
I'm a little lost today. Let me see.
You are here.
I'm here. Okay, all right, good. Thank you.